Well, it's a beautiful day today, and we're here at a very special time to meet with a very special person. I remember a minister once getting up, a Southern minister getting up and said, "We're here to do what we're here to do." One of the things we want to do is to interview a very, very precious person to my life. She's known me since I've been a baby, and she's has one of the most unique stories because she's less than 1% of the people of the world is Jewel, and she is Jewel Riddle. She's 101 years old. So if I was at a church or somewhere, I'd say let's all stand and clap. But all I can do is say, Jewel, we're so excited to have you on our Kenny Mauck podcast show today. These all are on YouTube, and we'll be putting Jewel's interview on the YouTube, so you can hear from on the Kenny Mauck show her whole interview. So without further ado, Jewel, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for coming over to do this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. One of the things that I wanted to start with is, Jewel, being 101 years old. A lot of people just want to know, what is it like to be 101 years old, and yet you're in such great health? Because a lot of people may get to 101, but they can't even probably talk.
I don't even think about being 101. I don't know how you feel when you get that old. Because I don't feel much different than I did when I was 70 or 80.
Okay, all right. So no new problems physically for you in your life at this point, from when you were 40, 50, or 60?
No, nothing that I know of. My doctor said that he introduced me to somebody at the doctor's office, and they said, "Well, what did you say you've got that all those years?" He said, "Because you got a good doctor."
He's going to take credit for you being, that's good. Well, I guess the next question is, is it in your genes? Is it in your family? Obviously, it's not just yourself. You have a brother.
I have a brother that was 103 July the 1st. We're the last two of 9 in the family.
Okay.
2 or 3 of them lived to be 91, but
yeah. So,
others, they were maybe in the
and how many children did your parents have?
9.
9.
And we were the youngest. My brother and I were the youngest of
Okay.
2 youngest of 9.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out, Joel. Yeah. So 101 years old, and when you think about being 101, you have to do some things to keep your licenses up and everything else. Do people ever question you about your age now, that when you're going to the shopping or something, and like
Yeah, the other day, when I went to get a prescription, this young boy was there, and when he looked at that date, he looked up at me and said, "Are you 100? That was a year ago." And I said, "Yes." He said, "I've never seen anybody 100 years old."
That's great. My grandfather, he went to go get his driver's license. He was born in 1900, and it was 1999, almost the year 2000. And the young man, it may have been a young lady, she said, "Sir, I don't know. Do you need to get your license?" As if because he's 100, he couldn't drive. But people just they have a misnomer, I think, about age. And my grandfather, he almost lived to be 100. He was 99, but he was very cognizant up to the last days of his life.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my driver's license I got several years ago, and 103, I'll get another one.
They're going to let you skip a year. Is that right? That's great.
That's when they're expired.
It's expired. Okay. They give you a little grace period.
When I got them, I looked at that and I thought, My goodness, I'll never live to be 103 because that was years ago when I got it.
Okay, so let's go through some of these other misnomers. Diet. Okay, what do you do differently, and do you feel like your diet is changed over the years, or have you basically kept eating the same things, or?
Well, the ladies at the beauty salon today asked me if my taste had changed. I said, well, not that I know of. I eat about the same thing as I did, when I was younger. Nothing
So
special, but they said most people lose
sense of taste.
and if I did, I didn't pay attention to it.
You still. So what's one of your favorite foods that you like to eat?
Probably fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
Okay, all you health food nuts. Sorry, you just debunked you.
And
Sorry.
salad. I like salad.
You like, okay, now salad's good.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a morning meal, I think you told me you like to have a little biscuit and cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah, which is good.
And biscuit and jelly.
But you
That's
can't do without the jelly. You got to have some of that jelly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime between 4:30 and 6 o'clock, I eat early.
You do. So do you go to bed at a certain time as well?
I go to bed at 9 at night, and then by 4:30, if I wake up, I've had a good night's sleep, I'm ready to get up.
You ready to roll?
And go. And then just thank the Lord for a new day that He's given me.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Now, you even, I know I talked about this with my wife. I offered to do some things, but you never would call me. And I think there's just a real independence in you that's a healthy independence.
Yeah, and it's hard for me now because I can notice that I maybe cannot do the things that I used to do, and I still try to do them,
Yeah, we got to watch you. One of those things is I know you've gotten on ladders and you probably fixed a light, put a light in or something, or you've done your mulch and you said that they'll these guys will put the mulch in the back of your car, and then you somehow you just back everything up to the front, right?
I back it up right here and cut the bag, and then I have a big bucket that I take a bucket at a time.
Yeah.
But this last year, I let the maintenance men do it.
Did you? Well, and that leads me to another topic on exercise. You do exercise, and,
yes.
And tell us about your exercise.
I go to the Y. I've been going to the Y since 2004, and I go 3 days a week. I walk two miles a day. On Monday and Wednesday, I go to yoga class for 1 hour each. Mm-hmm. And then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I go and walk 2 miles.
2 miles. Were you walking more than that before?
I used to walk 3. And when I got to be 100...
That's what I thought I remember you telling me.
When I got to be 100, I thought, well, 2 miles is enough for 100 years old.
Especially when most 40-year-olds don't even get a half mile in. So I think, it's obviously... I do think genes have something to do with this, but you have actually elongated your life by, I think, your routine. You have a routine that you stick pretty close, and not a lot of people are that disciplined, So that's probably something we need to all learn from you.
And I do about the same thing every day, too.
Yeah.
And every 2 weeks, I clean my condo. That should be 1 week, but I do it every 2 weeks.
Well, I know Vida and Denny, they really, they think so much.
Who?
Vida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your son. And they love you so much. And, you probably did a lot for them through the years, too. Just knowing the person you are, you have a servant's heart.
Well, when I worked all those years.
Yeah.
But then I'd probably do more for Vida now than I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I've probably because I've just spoiled her too,
Yeah.
She just
it's pretty bad when you start spoiling us 60-year-olds or 55-year-olds,
But she said, even today, she said, Mom, I hope I go before you do, because if I don't know what I'd do.
Oh,
So you helped me so much.
yeah. Well, that's a very special relationship.
Yeah.
So, just thinking about your day to day and all that, is there a thing that you would do differently? If you could roll back your 50s, 60s, or 70s, or 80s, 90s, is there something that you would redo differently in your life?
I don't know of anything.
Nothing that comes to mind, at least right now, anyways.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't.
So you've had a good
Did you
life.
say that was boring?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. And I think, again, you're a thankful person. You seem to be a person that appreciates the generous things that God has done in your life every day.
Every day.
And that's a special attitude, a beatitude, I should say.
I always told my children that life is what you make it.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be a grumpy old person.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be around them.
Well, and that's what I wanted to ask you. You've said to me this before, and Rayanne, that you don't like to be around negative people.
No, I don't.
And yet, it's kind of hard not to be around some negative people.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, like family, especially family and friends, that have known you. Maybe they've soured over life or whatever, but family, you're going to see them around Christmas or Thanksgiving or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to say, what's your secret there? Just minimize your time?
Really, I don't have that many negative people right in my immediate family, because I've only got the 2 children, 2 grandchildren.
Right.
And of course, with them not living here, maybe I don't see them all the time when they're.
You mentioned your doctor. What does the doctor say about you? I know he takes a little credit, but what does he think about you as one of his patients?
He said, the nurse said that I'm the best patient he's got. Because they don't, most of them have a bunch of things written down that they want to talk.
Right.
So when I go and she does all of her stuff, the nurse does, she said, do you have anything that you need to ask your doctor? I said, no, I don't have any problem. So when he does, he wants to know if I have anything. And he said,
I noticed that
I should have known you never have anything.
I noticed you don't have an animal. Have you ever had an animal?
No.
Okay. I know some people do, and some
They
people
say
don't.
that it helps you when you get old, but I do okay without it.
It's another thing to take care of, right?
Yeah.
I just to kind of wrap up this particular one, you worked a long time at Christ Church.
Yeah.
And that was I know what I meant to ask you before we get into Christ Church. I may save that for the second. When you accepted the Lord, what prompted you to develop your faith in Christ? I mean, was it someone that introduced you to the Lord, or was you just went to church and all of a sudden the opportunity came?
Well, I mean, when we moved from Kentucky to Indiana, we went to this big church in South Bend. I don't know if you ever heard of the Rouse Church.
Heard about it.
It was a big church to me. And I don't know, I just decided that I wanted to be, and I went for a few months. And then at age 19, then I got baptized. I've just been going to church all my life.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And it's not boring to me. Some people think that you don't have a life. But I do anything I want to do.
Yeah, right. And you've been faithful to the churches you've attended too. That means a lot, when you have a faithful person. Well, I'm going to stop there, but just to say, we want to revisit your work history and some other things and talk about that. And so, this is our first episode with Jewel, and we'll have a second episode with her, and we'll number it on the YouTube. But Jewel, thank you for your time up to this point. We'll be right back for the second one, and we usually push these out on a Thursday, every Thursday. So if you want to see it when it comes out, but we have a whole catalog, so you can go back anytime and see this interview, and if you want to share it with other people, because what a unique guest I have in Jewel Riddle here. Jewel, God's blessed me with being able to write this book, and you said that one of the chapters that you really appreciated was with my mom and dad. So we'll talk about that this next time as well. God bless you all. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the show. If you guys have any questions or if you would like to donate and receive the book, please head on over to kennymuck.org/show. Here you can ask us any questions that you might have as well as make a donation. Thank you so much for watching.